Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us tonight. It is Mayegun Live.
Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Mayegun já wa sí. Àṣírí ọ̀dẹ̀lú kì í kó níbẹ̀ o. Bá a ṣe àbí Mayegun máa wí. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o.
Thank you so much. Remember, read the caption of the broadcast, the description of this broadcast, like it, then share it by, to invite your friends and then your not so friendly friends and tell them that Mayegun is back. Mayegun today.
Àní ẹ̀sùnra kì í. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùnra kì í.
We have now confirmed again that the new private jets that Tinubu and Shettima want has been bought already, so to say, and this is going to cost, or is already has cost Nigeria over £1 trillion. Put it that way, 1.1 trillion naira for Tinubu and Shettima's private jet, over $700 million. It has been ordered, delivered a month ago. What they are doing right now is that they are fitting it with what they call the security sort of that will now make the aircraft not just any aircraft, okay, but fitted with the facilities that befits the president and vice president of a country. They are doing that right now in Europe, France, to be precise. I told you all this move about the National Assembly or the reps and the Senate coming together to insist that Tinubu's aircraft can no longer fly. They've grounded it. Now they need, they've paid 1.1 trillion before National Assembly. Now, good morning to you once again for the obtained time. Good afternoon to you and good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. It is Mayegun Live. Usually, whenever the criminals in charge of Nigeria denies any reports that they call rumor or fake news, something in me over time has been very right, which is that whenever they denied, then that allegation is true. The presidency of Nigeria, Tinubu and his gang, they might be telling you, even though it will only be it will only be the newbies that will actually believe whatever this guy says, okay? But however, they might be telling you to sacrifice more. You need to sacrifice more. Right now, Nigeria is going through some reforms, and the people just must understand the fact that Tinubu is working hard to make sure that you are never going to suffer this way again. Lie. So, Tinubu's government in the last 1 year has shown, except for those who have chosen to be, blind intentionally, I don't think there is even any dumbo person in Nigeria that doesn't even know now, right, that you are on your own. Okay, so whenever Tinubu talks about his hope and all of that nonsense he talks about, it is mostly the opposite of what they are saying. Because I prefer to kind of look into their actions than what they are saying. And ladies and gentlemen, brethren in the temple, their actions are anti-people. Their actions are totally to destroy you, finish you, even without touching you. And some of you will hear them and share them on without even knowing what you are dipping yourselves into. So I will help you. Now, from what we have gathered, Nigeria is broke officially. Investors have continued to avoid Nigeria officially too. But somehow, Tinubu and his handlers in charge of this ruined economy, they are telling themselves that if one set of investor leaves, another set will jump in. But in the absence of all these investors jumping in or waiting for them to jump in and help you in Nigeria, Tinubu and his gang, they have wholly depended on borrowed money. Now, you see, this is part of the problem, okay? You see, borrowing is not a bad thing per se. That is if it is actually used, if it is used for the purpose that is intended for initially, like if they actually do that, then you can say, oh, you can look back, you can look forward, rather, you can look forward to the payback from that, whatever sacrifice you have to sacrifice for that loan. But these guys are collecting loans that they will pay back in 100 years. Nigeria will be in debt. Like if this guy just stopped taking loan today, Nigeria will continue to pay debt until 2102. Yes, you're not going to have a 2080, 2090, 2099. No, it's going to be 2102. Year 2102. Majority of us will be gone. Our children will pay for this. But guess what they're using the money for? Their own luxury. You are seeing them, Abby. Now, this money they are giving to them, they are not giving it to them as charity. They come with some conditions that is sort of a tie to your economy. Now, you have a country that has the population, the biggest, biggest population in the whole of Africa, over 200 million. And that country, after 60 or nearly 64 years of independence, that country is still generating below 5,000 megawatt electricity, distributing less than 3,000 megawatt electricity to the population of 200 million. You don't need anybody to tell you that if you are looking for the weapons, if they say weapons fashioned against you, I 100% believe it's Nigeria. These guys are taking money, okay, that millions of you are expected to pay for. The money is being used to buy luxury for themselves. I'm talking about where these guys have opened their conduit pipes of how they will be looting or how they have been looting Nigeria with reckless abandon. Reckless abandon. They've taken over 34 trillion so far. And I bet a penny of that was never invested in the Nigeria economy. A penny of it was not invested there. In part of the loans they were taking, or the part of the loans they took, consultancy on how to advise Tinubu on how to increase or improve tax collection. Are they not already taxing you to death now? Double, triple, quadruple, quintuple taxes that never ends in the real, the country's treasury that then goes into the development of the country. Nothing. Nigeria is at a worst in history. Worse. Nigerians are facing the hellish of hell economically right now. But guess what? They will face even worse and worse with these guys. IMF and World Bank keeps giving, they keep giving them this money. Oh, we need money to improve malaria. $350 million. They will pay it back for another 20 years. We need money to fight tuberculosis. Oh, we need money to fight polio, they go there and borrow. Now they've managed to say they are borrowing money. They're now borrowing money to improve the economy, so that people can advise Tinubu more on how to improve the economy. They took a loan of $750 million for that, just to advise Tinubu how to improve the economy. Now the whole money came to 34 trillion official in 1 year. Now we have now discovered that part of that loan is that, it wasn't only 1.1 trillion that Tinubu paid Shaguri for the coastal road, Lagos to Calabar, 700 kilometers, 10 lanes. 15 trillion. Now, 15 trillion contract, they've already paid him 1.1 trillion in a project that was supposed to be PPP, public-private partnership. Shaguri and ITEC, they were supposed to build the road if they won the contract. They were supposed to build the road with their money. And then manage it for maybe 20 years or 25 years with toll gates, get their money back, and then hand it over back to Nigeria. But Tinubu, who gave it to his pal, right, has already given him 1.1 trillion before the first shovel of gravel was dropped on the ground there. So the private jets, the presidential jets that Bokwari has been flying, traveling for 8 years, never really broke down. I don't think it ever broke down anywhere. It came under Tinubu. They said the maintenance every year is $1.5 million. Then the $3.5 million to maintain the aircraft. So therefore, they decided that they had to buy another one for national security. So within the first 8 months or 9 months of Tinubu, they already considered the aircraft too old and risky for Shettima and Tinubu, and as a priority, not your economy, not your anything. Forget about that. Now they have actually paid out 1.1 trillion again to Shaguri to go and buy aircraft for Nigeria. $700 million. What will happen? What did they happen? You are hearing all of this. I mean, you heard them when they spent $13.5 million, 21 billion naira in building a new presidential and vice presidential house. Meanwhile, the former vice president house was renovated for this guy with 4 billion. They renovated the former vice presidential lodge with 4 billion. Then completed the one they've already spent 15 billion. They now spent another 21 billion, making it a total of how much? 36 billion vice presidential lodge. But Nigeria is a dead economy. So Nigerians who have been told that Nigeria is a dead economy, they just have to understand. And Shettima and the rest of them, they were homeless. They needed the house. 21 billion naira house. Everyone who have seen the house, architects, real estate agents and all of them who have seen the building that they constructed for 21 billion. That were a weekend spent 21 billion in building, right? They said if anybody spent 1 billion, if despite the exchange rate and the trashy toilet paper naira, the entire thing there shouldn't be more than $1 billion naira. So 20 billion has gone into the pocket of some people, and they want Nigeria to be proud and have pride. Now they have a vice presidential house. So next year, they will need a newly built house. So they will need maybe about 10 billion to maintain it next year in 2025, because they have to maintain it. Shettima work and live in Abuja as your vice president, Abi. But they have a house, a vice presidential lodge for him in Lagos. They renovated that with 4 billion naira. Tinubu's presidential lodge in Lagos too. They renovated that with 7 billion naira. Come on, man. Aso Rock was renovated. Despite Bokwari moving out, they renovated the Aso Rock with 14 billion naira. And Nigerians they just need to understand the country is going through a lot. I mean, was Bokwari living in a Bimanja? Was he living inside? I don't know. Was he living in? Was he homeless? That they needed 14 billion naira to renovate a house. She also rock burned down. Huh? Now, the presidential jet of Nigeria, they bought two at the same time. A broke country that is always looking for who to borrow money from. They will tell you they are looking for investor, but rather they are Bambi Allah begging for money. They will tell you we are the Tinubu met investor. Where are the investors? Where are they? Or IMF continue to give them the money. They continue to give them the loans. They continue to, they see them as they are, wasting this money. And the people are told to just calm down, give him time. Give him time. So now we have been told, ladies and gentlemen, Tinubu and Shettima's aircraft, they have been bought. They are currently somewhere in Toulouse. Now, like, France, they manufacture their own plane. Now, I think, what's the plane of, what is that name of that company that is manufacturing? Is it Boeing or Aero? No, there's another one. It's just disappeared in my head. So Shaguri, Gilbert Shaguri of the Shaguri, right, is Tinubu's confidant. That means Tinubu's a very, very trusted ally. He appointed him as his confidant officially. So he's been airbussed. God bless you. I don't know. That's the first thing I remember, but because I didn't want to forget Boeing and others, I was like, oh, Airbus. Maybe Airbus is the one building it for them, or a different company built it for them, or they bought it off the shelf and now they needed to equip it. They will have to equip it with the standard anti-this, anti-that, or this radar, this, radar, that, just to make it the president, the aircraft for the president of a country. Okay. So they will probably just have to make, you know what I mean now, like take some seats off and compartmentalize the entire place to have its a small office and all of that in, even for Shettima. Empty pangolo heads that are destroying Nigeria and Nigerians' lives. But they are treating themselves the best. I mean, the lawmakers got themselves a 160 million naira SUV each. Even didn't fall. The judiciary themselves also got over 200 billion naira from Tinubu for job well done. Even no fall. Everybody is be happy and everybody is fine. Like Aduke said, the elite are cashing out, especially if they have any affiliation with these rogues. So that Nigeria is burning, Nigerians are starving, Nigerians are dying. All of these things that we always talk about here is none of their business. But what I don't understand is that those who are actually the direct victims, they themselves then defending these rogues. They tell you that they have passed a student loan. But yet, I am yet to see anybody who has been sort of, given the student loan to pay your school fees. I have people who have dropped out of schools that they are not going back anymore because, what's the point? And I have those who have possibly changed their mind that they are not going to send their children to any higher institution anymore. But these criminals in Babariga, in Agbada, they are like, people need to understand that this is the only country you have. We don't have another country. All of these things that you are condemning Nigeria, if this country should go up in smoke, all of us are going to suffer it. That is coming from those who are intentionally making you go through hell for nothing. I mean, I told people the other day, I said, they told you that the removal of a fuel subsidy, electricity subsidy, they are to help Nigeria from going bankrupt. and you believed them. Some of you even believed that the sacrifice of the hardship, the sufferings you are facing was because you are trying to save Nigeria. The subsidy was removed, and you are still waiting for Tinubu, or now he's going to turn around your economy. Apart from them handing you a cup of rice, giving you a cup of rice, giving you 500 naira, 1,000 naira. Listen, apart from that, none of them has been able to actually come out and tell you how they are going to turn around your economy. But they want you to believe that it's going to turn. Don't worry, it's going to turn itself. It is already turning for the worse. We just see how many of you this is going to get, how many of us are going to be trapped in it before you realize how effed up they've made that contraption. So yeah, let them buy themselves all they want. Okay? Because according to them, it is Shena Tinubu playing. Is it not just for Tinubu to do his job very well? Have you seen Tinubu? Every time you've seen Tinubu, has he ever looked to you like somebody who is working? The president of a troubled country, economically ruined country. Have you listened to Tinubu? Have you seen those guys in charge? Have you listened to Kadobi, the Oduduwa Emefiole? Have you listened to Wale Idun, the cockroach or bed bug? Have you listened to these guys genuinely? And then you kind of have a conclusion that they are turning it around. We shall be here. So Tinubu has borrowed 34 trillion in a single year. And when I say Tinubu, it simply means that the foreign and the local debt of Nigeria increased by 34 trillion, including state governors who collected loans that they have also siphoned. Everybody is contributing to the wreck and the final death of that contraption. On the side, though, I kind of want them to continue like this. They must never change or stop. I want their greed to become, as it has become so uncontrollable now, I want it to remain so. Then I want to see how much your laid-back attitude, I want to see how long the tribal, ethnic, religious division will keep the rest of you from actually seeing the real danger that you are in. The weapons fashioned against you. I want to see how long. So I kind of want them to continue. I want them to continue to do the abracadabra, the voodoo economy. I want the Abobakus, the Buhari idiot, the Bat idiot, the bastard. I want them to continue to defend these guys. I want some of you to continue to hope that you can have an election to remove them. I want all this madness to continue this way, and then even faster. Because I want to see how long it's going to take still for this implosion to happen. Because the only thing that could save that contraption is when the rogues are stopped or they stop themselves. There is no amount of excuses, grammar, and all of that is going to remove facts, okay, and keep fictions. Your fictions can last a while, but facts, when it's presented, it is a very stubborn thing. Facts is stubborn. And that is why the likes of Tinubu believe in propaganda. We'll continue to be reminded that you can use propaganda to access power. You can rig yourself to power. You can buy all institutions, bribe your way to power. You will still need to do the job. Okay? If you want to keep your propaganda at least still effective, you still have to do the job. These rogues have no plan for Nigeria. Their plan for Nigeria, see, the plan they have, okay, is to help further bury Nigeria. And I like it to some extent. But when I see the damages, when I see the victims, sometimes it breaks heart and I'm like, God damn it. Like, when would people understand that if you don't stop these rogues, you will continue to read things like this? You will. They will continue to tell you that they have done so well. Nigeria is safe. Okay? Tinubu has improved the means of doing business in Nigeria. all of the things they tell you they are doing, just read it in reverse. You will see all of them. They are like the opposite of everything they say they are doing. So it is now kind of for people who have a serious mental problem, I would say, that would take these guys so serious enough to go online and defend them, online or offline. I don't know how long the tribal, the ethnic, the religious Kool-Aid that they have given to you. I don't know how long it's going to wear out on you. The moment it wears out, I believe this hunger